You will never change your life until you take responsibility for it. Too many people are waiting for someone to save them, waiting for someone to open doors that only discipline and focus can unlock. The truth is, no one is coming to make you great. You are responsible for your own potential, your own progress, and your own purpose. God gave you a seed, your gift, your time, your ideas. But He will not plant it for you. You must decide to cultivate what's inside you, to focus on yourself, to stop wasting time chasing people, opinions, and validation that add nothing to your destiny. Every minute you spend watching others succeed while ignoring your own assignment is time you cannot recover. You are the manager of your time, and time is the raw material of destiny. God gave you time as proof that He has not yet finished with you. But time misused is life misused. You keep praying for new opportunities while wasting the ones already in your hands. You want promotion but refuse preparation. You say you want success, but you spend your hours scrolling, complaining, gossiping, and watching others who are busy building. You say, God bless me, but how can He bless a life that refuses to move? You are not stuck because life is unfair. You are stuck because your focus is divided. You cannot pursue purpose while entertaining distractions. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you. He only needs to distract you. He knows that a distracted person will never fulfill their potential. He doesn't have to take your blessing. He just has to take your attention. That's why your greatest battle isn't with people, money, or circumstances. It's with your focus. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you can't focus, you will waste it. Focus is power. It turns ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. It separates dreamers from doers. When you focus on yourself, on developing your mind, your spirit, your character, you stop begging for opportunities because you start attracting them. You stop chasing approval because you start walking in purpose. The reason most people never grow is because they are too busy comparing themselves with others. You cannot build your future while envying someone else's progress. Comparison is the thief of growth. Every time you compare, you lose sight of your assignment. You were not born to copy, you were born to create. You cannot be effective if you are everywhere. You cannot reach destiny if you keep following everyone's path. There is a time to learn from others, but there's also a time to isolate yourself and focus on what God gave you. The world celebrates visibility, but heaven celebrates productivity. You are not called to be famous, you are called to be fruitful. Stop wasting time trying to be seen. Be focused enough to be effective in silence. People will see you when your results speak louder than your words. God designed you to manage yourself before managing anything else. Before He gave Adam a garden, He gave him discipline. Before He gave Joseph a throne, He gave him seasons of isolation. Before He gave David a crown, He gave him a cave. Preparation always comes before manifestation. If you skip the process, you will not survive the promotion. So stop running from seasons that seem quiet or hidden. They are not punishment, they are preparation. You are being shaped for something greater, but you must focus on yourself long enough to grow into it. The problem with many believers is that they love inspiration but hate transformation. They shout amen to every sermon but refuse to change their habits. You can pray for hours, but if your daily routine doesn't change, your life won't either. Faith without discipline is frustration. You can't expect divine results with lazy patterns. God blesses order, diligence, and focus. He multiplies what you manage, not what you neglect. Every distraction costs you destiny. Every wasted hour is a piece of your purpose lost. You say you don't have time, but the truth is you don't have priorities. You find time for entertainment, but not for development. You can binge, watch a series, but can't read one book about your purpose. You can gossip for hours, but can't pray for 15 minutes. You have energy for people who drain you, but no energy for goals that grow you. That's not a lack of time, that's a lack of focus. You keep saying, when the time is right, I'll start. But the time will never feel right. The right time to change, to grow, to focus is now. Every delay in obedience is disobedience in disguise. You can't keep postponing purpose and expect peace. Peace is not the absence of problems, it's the presence of progress. When you start focusing on yourself, your mind, your habits, your growth, you start feeling alive again. You start realizing that you were never waiting on God. He was waiting on you to get serious. You were created with divine potential. Inside you is the ability to create, to build, to lead, to change nations. But potential means nothing until it becomes performance. God didn't give you dreams to admire them. He gave them so you could manifest them. Every time you doubt yourself, you insult the one who designed you. Every time you waste your time, you delay the lives attached to your obedience. Someone's breakthrough is waiting for your focus. Someone's blessing is connected to your purpose. If you stay distracted, you're not just failing yourself, you're failing everyone who needs what you carry. Stop blaming people for your lack of progress. Stop waiting for others to understand your journey. Not everyone will believe in you, and that's fine. You don't need validation from those who don't see your vision. The most dangerous addiction is the need for approval. When you live for people's opinions, you die to your own purpose. Your value doesn't decrease because others don't recognize it. What's invisible to them is still valuable to God. You must learn to protect your focus like treasure. Protect it from negativity, from toxic conversations, from lazy environments. If you surround yourself with mediocrity, you'll become mediocre. If you spend time with complainers, you'll start complaining. Energy is contagious, so is mediocrity. You need to be around people who make you think bigger, who challenge your laziness, who remind you of your assignment. But even then, don't depend on them. Because at the end of the day, growth is personal. Focus on yourself doesn't mean selfishness. It means stewardship. It means becoming the best version of yourself so you can serve others effectively. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. You cannot give what you haven't developed. If you want to impact others, you must first be impacted. If you want to lead, you must first learn to lead yourself. Discipline is the foundation of leadership. Purpose without discipline is a dream without structure. The world is noisy. Everyone has an opinion, an expectation, a distraction. But greatness is born in silence. You must learn to withdraw, not to escape, but to focus. When you stop entertaining every voice, you begin to hear the only voice that matters. When you focus on yourself, you create clarity. Clarity brings power. Power brings influence. But it all starts with focus. You have already wasted enough time. You've given years to fear, to doubt, to excuses. Now it's time to take your life back. The next 5 years can look completely different if you decide to focus. Don't wait for motivation, build discipline. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Don't wait for others to believe, start anyway. Every day is a seed. Every choice is a brick. Every hour is an investment. What you build depends on how you focus. The future you desire is not in your dreams, it's in your daily habits. Focus on yourself, not to isolate, but to elevate. You were never called to stay the same. You were created to grow, to dominate, to become everything God designed you to be. Your purpose deserves your focus. Your calling deserves your discipline. Your destiny deserves your full attention. Stop wasting time, because time is life. And life is a gift. God gave you one life, one purpose, one chance to make it count. Don't waste it watching others build theirs. Focus on yourself, and the world will eventually focus on you. Time is not just a number on a clock. It is the invisible currency of life. It is the only resource you cannot borrow, buy back, or recycle. Every second that passes is a piece of your destiny spent. Once it's gone, it never returns. That's why time is more valuable than money, more powerful than talent, and more sacred than opportunity. You can lose money and recover it, but once you waste time, it is gone forever. Time is the proof that God still has a purpose for you. The fact that you woke up today means your assignment is not over. But how you use your time determines whether you fulfill that purpose or bury it. The greatest tragedy is not death, it is wasted time. Many people are not dying physically, but they are slowly dying in delay. They are breathing but not progressing, existing but not living, moving but not advancing. They spend hours on things that do not build their destiny, then wonder why nothing changes. They pray for God to move, but He has already moved. It's their turn now. The misuse of time is the silent assassin of dreams. You don't fail overnight. You fail gradually, minute by minute, day by day, through habits that consume your focus and destroy your future. God gave everyone equal time, but not everyone uses it equally. The difference between success and mediocrity is not luck. It is how you manage your hours. Some people waste their time entertaining distraction, while others invest it mastering their craft. You cannot complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Time rewards focus, not excuses. Time honors discipline, not dreams. You can pray for favor, but if you keep wasting hours on meaningless things, you will never step into what you're praying for. Favor cannot operate where time is dishonored. You must begin to see time as holy. Every morning God gives you 24 hours as a gift, a divine deposit to invest into your destiny. What you do with it determines your future. You are the steward of your time, and stewardship reveals character. You can't say you want to be great and still spend your hours doing what average people do. You can't say you want to change the world, but refuse to change your schedule. Destiny demands discipline. Purpose requires planning. Your calendar reveals your character. Look at your daily routine. Every hour you spend scrolling aimlessly, gossiping, watching people's lives, or sitting in idleness is a withdrawal from your purpose account. If you want to know where your future is going, check how you spend your time today. You are already living the results of yesterday's time decisions. If you wasted your time last year, you are paying for it this year. If you misuse it now, you'll regret it tomorrow. The wise do not wait for the future. They create it one focused hour at a time. Time is the testing ground of faith. Many people pray for change, but don't manage time in alignment with their prayers. They say, God, use me, but he cannot use what is not available. How can you expect divine promotion when your time is filled with procrastination? God blesses movement, not stagnation. The miracle you're waiting for is waiting for you to make time for it. You keep saying, I'll do it later, not realizing that later becomes never. Tomorrow is not promised, your moment is now. The reason the enemy attacks your time is because he knows it's the foundation of destiny. He can't stop your calling, but he can waste your years. He distracts you with noise, urgency, and temporary pleasure. He convinces you that you have time to waste, that you can start tomorrow, that you can postpone obedience. But every delayed decision becomes a denied destiny. Every wasted hour is a door closed to opportunity. Satan doesn't need to make you evil. He only needs to make you busy with the wrong things. Time must be redeemed. You must take back control of your schedule and your attention. Redeeming time means prioritizing what matters most and removing what doesn't. You cannot build a meaningful life while living in constant distraction. You must learn the sacred art of saying no. Every yes to something unimportant is a no. To your future, you can't do everything and you don't need to. Focus is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Time multiplies when you manage it correctly. Understand this: time is not neutral. It's either working for you or against you. If you use it wisely, it becomes your ally. If you waste it, it becomes your enemy. Every day you either move closer to purpose or drift further away. The secret of success is not speed, it's direction. You can be busy and still be lost. Many people mistake motion for progress, but not all movement is advancement. If you're running in circles, you're still wasting time. It's better to move slowly in purpose than quickly in distraction. Your time reveals your priorities. Don't tell people what matters to you. Show them your schedule. If you truly value growth, you'll make time for it. If you value your relationship with God, you'll make time to listen to him. If you value your dream, you'll make time to build it. Whatever you ignore doesn't disappear, it decays. Time neglected becomes potential wasted. Every great destiny is built through intentional time investment. You were not created to chase everything. You were designed to focus on your assignment. Time spent outside your purpose is wasted energy. Many people are frustrated not because they lack opportunity, but because they are doing what they were never called to do. Misused time leads to misplaced energy, and misplaced energy produces empty results. You must be bold enough to realign your time with your true calling. Stop doing what looks successful and start doing what is meaningful. You can measure a person's wisdom by how they use their time. Fools waste time on pleasure. The wise invest time in purpose. Pleasure is temporary, but purpose is eternal. There is nothing wrong with rest, entertainment, or enjoyment. But when pleasure becomes your priority, you will destroy your progress. Time is too sacred to spend on things that don't build your spirit, sharpen your mind, or strengthen your purpose. If something doesn't grow you, it's costing you. Time has seasons. There is a time to sow, a time to grow, and a time to show. But you can't skip seasons. Many people want the results of harvest without the discipline of sowing. They waste their seed time, then complain in famine. You must honor the process of time. Don't rush what God is developing in you. Every second of obedience adds weight to your destiny. Every moment of focus builds your future silently. You may not see the results now, but time is keeping record. When you manage time properly, time begins to serve you. Opportunities start aligning with your preparation. Doors open not by luck, but by timing. God's favor works best with order. He cannot trust those who waste what he gives. That's why you must learn to live with intention. Don't wake up and see what happens. Wake up with a plan. Successful people plan their hours before they begin. The undisciplined wait to see how they feel. The focused decide what must be done regardless of feelings. Every day is a test of stewardship. You are accountable for how you spend the hours heaven gives you. Time is a divine loan, and God expects a return on his investment. One day you will give an account of your time. What will you say when he asks, "What did you do with the life I gave you? Did you waste it on distractions or invest it in destiny? Did you spend it pleasing people or pursuing purpose? Did you manage it like a king or waste it like a beggar? You cannot expect a new season if you keep wasting the old one." Time is a seed, and God will not give you a new harvest until you honor the previous one. If you're careless with minutes, you'll never be trusted with years. The future belongs to those who respect time. You can't pray for a better tomorrow while wasting today. Your time decisions are your prophecy. They reveal where you'll be in 5 years. Look at your habits, your focus, your daily investment. That's your future in disguise. So stop saying, "I'll start when I have more time." You will never have more time. You only have priorities. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. The difference is how they use them. Some people use time to build empires. Others use it to build excuses. Some invest in growth. Others invest in comfort. The wise build their future. The lazy waste it watching others build theirs. Don't let your clock become your coffin. Don't die with unfulfilled dreams because you couldn't control your time. Don't stand before God and say, "I wanted to, but I was too busy." Business is not productivity. You can be busy doing nothing that matters. You can fill your day and still empty your destiny. The only way to redeem your life is to redeem your time. Your purpose demands urgency. Every second wasted is a piece of eternity delayed. Time doesn't stop because you're distracted. It keeps moving, carrying your destiny with it. You cannot afford to waste another day. Your life is too valuable, your calling too great, your time too limited. Every sunrise is a reminder that God still trusts you with time. Don't betray that trust. Use your hours to build something that outlives you. You don't need more time. You need more focus, more discipline, more clarity. You must decide today that your time is sacred. Protect it like treasure. Guard it from gossip, laziness, and meaningless entertainment. Dedicate it to growth, prayer, and purpose. Live every day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. Time waits for no one. It either builds you or buries you. Use it wisely before it uses you. Focus is not a personality trait. It is a spiritual discipline. It is the bridge between potential and manifestation. You can have all the gifts, all the ideas, and all the opportunities in the world. But without focus, they mean nothing. Focus is what turns energy into results. Focus is what separates the successful from the distracted. The tragedy of our generation is not a lack of potential. It's a lack of focus. People are busy doing everything except the one thing that matters most. You cannot master your destiny until you master your attention. Focus builds purpose, and purpose builds power. When your attention is scattered, your life becomes fragmented. You start something today and abandon it tomorrow. You move from one idea to another, one relationship to another, one job to another, never finishing anything. You call it exploration, but heaven calls it confusion. Focus brings direction, and direction brings power. Power comes when your heart, mind, and effort move in one direction. That's how great people are made, not by talent alone, but by unwavering focus on their assignment. You must understand that the enemy doesn't destroy potential, he destroys focus. He distracts you so that you never develop what God placed inside you. He makes you chase applause instead of purpose, noise instead of clarity, and comfort instead of calling. He wants you to be busy but not productive. He wants you to have motion but no direction. You can't build anything lasting if your focus keeps changing every season. Distraction is more dangerous than destruction because it kills you slowly and silently. When you focus on your purpose, everything else starts aligning. You stop fighting unnecessary battles. You stop wasting time explaining yourself to people who will never understand your vision. You stop being moved by opinions because focus gives you identity. When you know what you're called to do, you don't need permission to do it. Focus frees you from the need to please others. It makes you confident, grounded, and disciplined. You can't be focused and still be fragile about people's opinions. Focus builds endurance. It gives you strength when things get hard. Because once you are focused on your why, know-how can break you. Most people quit not because they lack ability, because they lost focus on the reason they started. When your mind is fixed on your purpose, challenges become training, not obstacles. Every trial becomes preparation. Focus doesn't make the road easy, but it makes it worth it. Focus creates clarity. It silences the noise around you and amplifies the voice within you. When you are focused, you stop being tossed around by emotions, circumstances, and distractions. You start hearing God more clearly. You begin to recognize the difference between what's urgent and what's important. Urgency will always try to steal your attention, but purpose will always require your focus. When you live by urgency, you react. When you live by purpose, you act. There are people who are busy but not effective. They mistake activity for progress. They fill their calendars with things that make them look productive but produce no real fruit. True focus doesn't mean doing more. It means doing what matters most. It means eliminating the unnecessary so the essential can thrive. You can't keep adding things to your life and expect to have clarity. Sometimes focus means subtraction, not addition. It means saying no to good things so you can say yes to the right things. The human mind is like a camera. It captures what it focuses on. If you keep focusing on problems, you will magnify them. If you focus on progress, you will multiply it. Focus determines direction, and direction determines destiny. You move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. That's why you must train your mind to focus on growth, not failure, on learning, not losing, on purpose, not pain. What you feed your focus grows, what you ignore dies. Focus is not found in noise. It is found in silence. Sometimes God hides you to help you focus. He removes certain people, closes certain doors, and quiets your environment so that you can finally hear your purpose. Stop fighting isolation. It's not rejection, it's redirection. The moments when you feel alone are often the moments God is refining your focus. Don't rush to escape your solitude. Use it to build your mind, strengthen your spirit, and sharpen your vision. The world celebrates multitasking, but the kingdom celebrates mastery. You can't master what you don't focus on. A divided mind produces a divided result. The reason many people feel overwhelmed is because their attention is spread too thin. They are trying to carry everything, please everyone, and do everything while becoming nothing. Focus requires letting go. It requires trust that you don't need to chase everything because what's meant for you will find you when you are focused on your lane. Purpose doesn't require popularity. It requires precision. You don't need to be seen to be successful. You just need to be focused enough to become excellent. Excellence is born out of focus. When you devote consistent energy to one thing over time, you become exceptional. Greatness is not a moment. It's a collection of focused hours. Every day you spend improving yourself, your skill, your discipline, your relationship with God. You're building invisible momentum. One day that momentum will manifest as success, but it starts with focus. Focus demands discipline. You can't be emotionally driven and stay focused. Emotions are temporary, purpose is permanent. You can't let your mood decide your movement. You must train yourself to stay committed even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are unreliable. They fluctuate. Focus is constant. It stays fixed. You can't build a legacy on motivation. You build it on consistency. Focus also demands boundaries. You must guard your mind from distractions disguised as opportunities. Not every open door is divine. Some doors are detours. Some people will enter your life not to help your focus, but to steal it. You must discern who adds clarity and who brings confusion. Every relationship should either sharpen you or slow you down. You don't owe everyone your time. You owe your destiny your attention. Focus gives birth to mastery, and mastery gives birth to influence. The world doesn't follow people who dabble. They follow those who dominate. If you focus long enough on your gift will make room for you. Focus turns ordinary effort into extraordinary excellence. People will begin to recognize you not because you chased fame, but because your focus produced fruit. You cannot hide excellence. It announces itself. When you are focused, you attract resources, opportunities, people, and ideas begin to align because the universe responds to clarity. Confusion repels blessing, but focus attracts favor. Even God responds to focus. He blesses those who move with intention. He cannot multiply what is divided. Focused people are trustworthy because they value time, honor order, and protect purpose. Heaven invests in what is focused. Focus gives you peace. It eliminates anxiety because it replaces chaos with clarity. You no longer wake up wondering what to do. You know your priorities. You stop chasing every trend, every opinion, every distraction. You start building consistency. Peace doesn't come from having less to do. It comes from knowing what's worth doing. When your focus is right, your mind becomes calm, your path becomes clear, and your energy becomes powerful. Focus transforms pain into power. The same struggle that breaks the distracted becomes fuel for the focused. When you are locked on your purpose, even pain becomes productive. You start learning from what tried to destroy you. You start extracting wisdom from disappointment. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, what is this teaching me? Focus turns your wounds into wisdom and your scars into strategies. Your focus determines your future. You cannot reach where you do not look. If you keep looking back, you'll keep going backward. You can't drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. Your past is a lesson, not a destination. Stop focusing on what went wrong and start focusing on what's ahead. The more you stare at failure, the more you feed it. The more you focus on the vision, the more you empower it. What you magnify multiplies. To focus on purpose, you must be intentional daily. Create structure around your time. Start your day with clarity. Write your goals. Eliminate distractions before they start. You can't hope for focus. You must plan for it. You can't control everything around you, but you can control what you give your attention to. Protect your mornings, guard your energy, and dedicate your hours to what builds your destiny. Focus is not easy. It requires sacrifice. It will cost you comfort, convenience, and company. But the price of focus is always less than the pain of regret. You will either suffer the pain of discipline now or the pain of disappointment later. The choice is yours. Focus demands you say no to many good things so you can say yes to the great thing. It means you stop trying to please everyone and start obeying your purpose. The power of focus is that it multiplies results with less effort. When you channel all your strength, creativity, and time into one purpose, you become unstoppable. The distracted spend their lives chasing everything and catching nothing. The focused spend their lives building one thing that outlives them. The world remembers those who mastered their purpose, not those who sampled many. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do your thing with excellence. Focus gives life meaning. It gives you a reason to wake up, to keep going, to grow. Without focus, life becomes random, empty and reactive. But with focus, every moment feels intentional, every challenge feels valuable, and every victory feels divine. Focus turns existence into significance. It transforms a wandering soul into a purposeful force. So focus on your purpose because your purpose is your power. Focus on your growth because your growth is your gift. Focus on your discipline because your discipline is your defense. Don't let the world steal your attention. It's the most valuable thing you possess. Where your focus goes, your future flows. Protect it, sharpen it, and aim it at your destiny. Because once you master your focus, you master your life. Isolation is not loneliness. It is divine preparation. There are seasons when God separates you, not to punish you, but to position you. When you start focusing on yourself, when you begin to silence the noise and withdraw from distractions, people will think you are distant. They will call you antisocial, arrogant, or even strange. But they don't realize that what looks like isolation is incubation. You are being prepared in private for something that will be revealed in public. Every destiny requires seasons of separation. Before the spotlight comes the silence. Before the promotion comes the preparation. God hides you so he can heal you, shape you, and build you. The problem is that many people hate being alone, so they keep